All right, Karen, big series win here in Waco against number 19 team in the country, playing 2 games, game 1, game 2, back to back. How did the team look from game 1 to game 2? A late inning rally in game 1, and then, kind of, cruised, pulled away in game 2, 9-1.
I thought we were a little flat coming out in game 1. Just didn't have, really aggressive at bats. Really didn't do anything aggressively. I just felt like there was a lot of hesitation in our play. I think pitching-wise, we didn't pitch great, but we pitched well enough for us to win, and it was pretty disappointing going into those late innings, and it took us a long time to get a hit on the board. But Des, she's the story of the day. What a shot. And she followed the game plan. She came in and she jumped on the first pitch that was, over the plate that she could do something with. And I think that's what really propelled us into game 2. And I think everybody just kind of went after that, like, okay, let's just breathe and play ball.
What was the kind of the thinking of bringing Des in that situation, down to the final out? Kind of what was your thought process on that?
I just, Des is a competitor, and I just felt Dez's swing matched up well with who they had brought in, and I'd been kind of looking for a place to, pinch hit her, and it worked. A lot of times it doesn't, but that time it did. And again, but it's all credit to Des. She works really hard. She gets in there and fights. That moment's never going to be too big for her. She's just going to stay within herself and try to keep the game moving.
You mentioned the pitching in game 1, started with Riley White, then went to Carlin later in the game. They both, held their own in the circle, pitched really well. What did you like from them today?
Well, I think, Riley did what we needed her to do, get us, 6 outs. And, like I told her, if it takes you 2 innings or 3 innings, that's kind of up to you. It was 2 innings. And, I think Carlin showed the flashes of Carlin, who can be the best pitcher in America, and then Carlin, who, can get behind or throw something over the dish, and she knows it. But the cool thing today about Carlin was she kept her composure, and I think her mindset was really good even when things didn't go her way. And she just kept, she told me, I just told myself, all right, next pitch, let's go.
And then looking at game 2, kind of what's the mindset adjustment when you play a tight game like that in game 1 where you come from behind in the 7th inning, and then you kind of go into game 2 and you get a lead early and then you're able to kind of pull away later in the game?
Well, it was just cut loose. Because, we were very honest about it between games. I said, we don't have time to celebrate, for one. And 2, we kind of stole one there at the end because we really didn't give the game what the game deserved for 5 innings. And the game's going to reward you if you play aggressive, with just a good mindset and you're always on the attack. The game will reward you. And it's not going to reward you for the most part when you don't. So I think, the last 2 innings that they were more in an attack mode, that carried over into game 2. And again, game 2 wasn't clean. There were some mistakes, and I think we need to run the bases a little bit better. But I liked just our approach at the plate.
What have you seen from Riley West through the first 3 games this season? She's been on a tear at the plate lately.
I think Riley has just finally decided in her career she's just going to let go, and whatever happens, happens, and trust all the preparation that she's put into it. I can also tell you this, Riley has spent a lot of extra time with strength and conditioning, not just going to the workouts that are required, but doing extra stuff. And she'll be the first one to tell you that has given her so much more confidence just in how she feels coming to the ballpark.
And then, not to go unnoticed, but Kiki Malloy tied Megan Gregg for most home runs in a Tennessee career. What does that speak to her, just ability to just continue day after day, to repeat her swing and continue to see pitches and, hit them over the wall?
I think she should get 2 for that one. That ball was hit so far. I don't know that I've seen a ball hit that far. But, again, that was a real spark for us to just get us on the board like that and answer back really, really quick. And I think that just, I call it show the way. When you do something like that, you show the team, all right, here we go. Like, everybody needs to step up and do their job. And as she's coming around the bases, I just thought, man, it's going to be tough next year not to write number 9 into the top of the order. It's been a blessing to coach her, and she's one of the great Lady Vols of all time, and I'm not just talking softball.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.